Guys, I'm in the kitchen. I am seasoning up some chicken. I'm going to be making some curry chicken and white rice. And I thought I'd show you how I basically more or less season my curry chicken. I think like the basic seasoning, to be fair, if you have that for, especially for somebody that doesn't really cook, I'll give them like at least 3 other seasoning plus the curry itself. And if they do that, I don't see why their curry ain't gonna taste nice. And my 3 main ingredients in my mind would be salt, black pepper, all-purpose, plus some good old Better Pack curry powder. Okay, for me today, like if you use these 3, and I'm gonna say 4 actually, but if you use these 3, I think you should be perfectly fine. But realistically, to give it a bit of a oomph, bit of garlic would go a long way. So let's say 4. If you got those things, you're good. My additional seasonings I'm going to be using today in mine is a bit of thyme, and that's some garlic, but I'm going to use fresh garlic, and some chicken seasoning. So that's my tip. And also I'm going to be using, I better put it in now because this came out of the freezer, a bit of Scotch bonnet pepper. Came out the freezer and it's already melting away, so I'm going to put some of that in. But like normally the Better Pack curry has got a bit of kick to it, so do not put too much pepper if you're not a person that likes spice, or if you're cooking for children. I would say avoid putting like too much additional pepper. And regardless of me putting pepper in, there's pepper in the seasoning, I still think it's like you just need a bit of your black pepper. And also for the purpose of what I'm showing you guys, I am gonna try my best to weigh the seasoning. So basically here I've got like 3 cloves of garlic here. Depending on the amount of chicken, this is my chicken. It's like a whole chicken basically, and I've cut it up into that and wash it with some lemon. So I'm going to be putting 3 cloves of garlic in this amount. Sometimes depending on my mood it could be more, because garlic is very good for you and I love garlic. Yeah, guys, how have you been? How you doing, my roses out there? Yeah, I've had a little chat with you guys a minute. I'm here, still going. So that's my garlic cut up. Sometimes you can like just put it on a chopping board and dice it, however you want to be dicing it. Okay, I would say at least for the whole chicken, I'd say at least my chicken seasoning's a bit on the, because normally I just go like that. So I'm trying to weigh it out just to show you, and some is dropping off, but to be honest, it's at least 1.5 teaspoons, I'd say, because if you're going to season a whole chicken. So it all depends on the quantity. That's why sometimes I don't really measure. I would say that was about 1.5 because there's nothing much on the spoon. And the reason being is because with the time, I would say about probably half a teaspoon, because already, I don't know if you all can see, that's probably even less than a half there. I'm going to say half. And you guys see that I put like a whole chicken in there. These days, as I'm getting older, I don't really like to over season stuff. With this one, it's the all-purpose. I'm gonna put like a whole teaspoon of it, and another one, judging from what I can see, just to make sure the flavor is up. Salt, I'd say half a teaspoon. And it depends on what type of person you are. If you don't like salt, then you cut back. I like to put salt in my food because I just think it gives the flavour a bit of a oomph. And I might have, you know, yeah, I think that'd be fine actually, based on the seasoning. Because with curry, you add water also to the curry. The black pepper, based on my knowledge and the fact that I put some Scotch bonnet in, I'm literally going to do like a quarter of a teaspoon. So if I push that down, or half a teaspoon, but it's very flat, it's not high. Based on what I know about the fact that there's already Scotch bonnet in there and there's pepper in the curry spice. And with this one, I'm going to put 3 spoons, I think, 3 small spoons. I've never measured it before. I always use my eyes. In the Caribbean, Jamaican background people, they just measure with their eyes. They just, you know, throw things. They don't measure. Okay, so that's 1. So I'm literally going to be telling you how much I think based on even when I stir. And that's 2. Well, it's too generous amount so far. So I'm going to give it a bit of stir and then see if I need to actually add the other teaspoon to make it 3. Measuring is something that I think I'll try to do that for you guys' purposes, but you know, when you kind of brought up a certain way and you grow a certain way, you tend to do what you know, and that's like using your eyes to do things. If I'm catering for like a function or something like that, I don't think the measuring will probably make my food a bit off gauge because I'm so used to just doing it with my eyes. But that's like too generous amount, and from what I see, I'll definitely need that. 3rd spoon. I think curry is debatable. In the Caribbean, in Jamaica where I'm from, I'm using the 3rd spoon. Sometimes they talk about perhaps burning the curry before, like in the oil, before you put your chicken in and stuff like that. I've never really done that, to be fair. You know, they talk about that because sometimes if the curry's not cooked properly, you know, you could probably get a bit of a tummy ache from it. But I always cook my food so well that there's no chance, you know. And what I do is kind of like, when I do put it in the pot, is like brown it off a bit. I'm going to show you the colour of my curry when I'm finished, hopefully. But I am going to leave it to marinate at least a couple of hours, because when you do that, the flavour is a lot more banging instead of just like, the flavour is really good. Instead of just kind of like seasoning it and just start cooking it straight away. It's always good to like leave it for at least an hour, 2 hours, or for even a best result overnight kind of thing. I just leave it, season it, put it away, put it in the fridge and let it sit overnight, and then very mouth watering. So all in all, that's what I've put in. That's what I'm going to do today. The only thing is the white rice. And I would like to say that I would have some cucumber and stuff like that to eat with it. I'm craving cucumber lettuce perhaps. But I doubt it because I haven't got any indoors. So likelihood is going to be curry chicken and white rice, period. I've got some like frozen sweet corn and stuff, but I'm not feeling that. And I've got butter beans, but I'm not feeling that because that's something I eat on the regular. It's one of my finger butter beans, but I'm just not feeling that. So it's probably going to be straight curry and white rice unless I find one of my kids, when they come back from school, they're willing to go to the shop. But yeah, that's what it's looking at. That looks pretty decent to me. So 3 generous amount of spoon. And then, like I said, guys, the seasoning is all depends on the ratio of the meat. Because you can't put that amount that I just put in on a small quantity of meat. That won't work. Because it's just going to be over seasoning. And you're going to be thinking, oh, blimey, what did Rose tell me to do? So you have to kind of use your initiative with food. That's why I think with Jamaican background people or Caribbean people, they normally just use their eyes because that can kind of tell them where their margin is. Obviously, we're in the UK and we know that, you know, you do things different. You measure stuff like that to get accuracy and stuff like that. But so if it's a measuring thing, I'd say what I've just put in, but it's also based on quantity. It's based on quite a few different things, because if you're not a fan of garlic, you don't have to be putting garlic in if you're not a fan of spice. So you catch my drift really, guys. So basically I'm just going to be doing a little bit of tidying up and then put this in the fridge. Guys, so I'm at the stove after about an hour. I couldn't wait any longer, guys. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go. Like, literally, I am hungry. I'm popping the stove on. I had breakfast this morning, but I do not know why I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna be putting some cooking oil in the pan. And literally at this point, to be fair, guys, I want to be cooking the rice as soon as my meat go in the pan as well. I just want to cook the rice as well so they cook together, because I am famished. I'm hungry. Absolutely, positively starving at the minute. So I'm letting the oil heat up a bit, and then I'm going to be putting my lovely chicken in. Look at that. It's like quite a big portion, so I'm going to like do quite a bit of rice as well, so it lasts for a couple of days, I think. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, because when I cook like really good meals, the kids and me, we just eat. So it doesn't last, but I think this will last for 2 days. And like, they're not really a big fan of leftover food anyway, to be fair. So it's either this, and then tomorrow they have something like what do you call it, chips and nuggets or pizza and stuff like that. So the best thing is probably like to freeze some. Most people eat this again, is me and Ramar, after like the second day. It's all in, and just feel the heat on it. Just gonna stir it over. So I didn't put any curry in my eye. Like I said, it's, you know, it's not like I've never ever done it before, but I don't really do that, to be fair, as a practice. Trying to get you guys where you can probably see me a bit as well. So try and put it there for now. can see me a bit there, and that's a bit better. Just leaving it there so it gets a bit of colour. And literally, I'm going to be washing my rice, guys, because like I said, I just want to cook and eat, literally. With some basmati rice. I'm just going to put what's in there. That's what it was. Give this chicken a bit of a stir. Rice. I'm going to be washing it about 4 times. I like when it's cloudy. Like the actual water of the rice when it's cloudy, I don't really like that. So it's coming a little bit more clearer now. It's quite a bit of rice, that's the reason why it probably takes a bit longer to wash. But that's about all I'm going to do. And put this on the stove. So I'm going to put some salt in my rice. Salt in the rice. Salt in the rice. Not even by the measurement for like salt in rice, I don't really do either. I'm going to be putting that much in. It's a big pot. Normally I just put this over it and go da-da-da-da-da until it never fails. So then put that amount in, close it up. Put some foil on my chicken I did earlier, so I'm just going to give it a stir. So as you can see, guys, I don't know if you can see from there, it's catching some colour. Those are things you need to do to make sure that the curry bit is a bit brown, I reckon. And continue stirring. Trying to ensure that it gets a bit of colour. Before I put my water in, just want it to get a bit of colour. Okay, now I'm going to get some water in this, ready to go. Just need to get a bit more fire actually. This pan didn't come with a cover, so I just use foil to cover it down when I need to. So I'm going to be trying to stir it again, but this is like the last time I'm stirring it. Like I said, I just want thick and fast curry. It's got a bit of colour in there. And I wouldn't say this is like the ideal pot to cook in. I used to have like my Dutch pots and stuff like that. That's all. Whoops. Because of the move, I literally have to restart my life a bit. Which I ain't got a problem with it at all. Ain't got no problem. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I pour the water in. That's why I said the amount of salt I was putting in. It's fine. So I'm just going to leave this here to cook for a little while. Put some more heat underneath. And cover it down. And then what I'll do, come back and give it some stir and check. Stir and check. And might be adding more water from time to time as well. Because it's chicken, it's not going to be like a heavy, you know, all this time I haven't turned the rice on. So now it's done. A little bit of room. That's it. You see my curry start splashing up there already. But anywho, yeah. And I'll come back and check this, see how it's getting. So guys, the rice decided to start giving what it's supposed to give and start boiling. So I'm going to be putting some butter in. Could be any butter. Anchor butter is kind of like a favourite of ours. A little bit more. I'm really trying to zhuzh up the food today. It's not all the time I put butter in my rice, but it's a thing that we used to do a lot. It's a Jamaican thing. So yeah. Just like make your rice has the flavours already. I'm going to check in back on the curry and nothing. See, it's really kicking now. It's really going for it now. You can see the colours popping. Still that one bit of liquid hasn't put any more in yet. So this is really going well. This is one of the reasons why I opted to go for a gas cooker, because it just makes the food, in my opinion, comes out so well, and your gauging of the stove is good as well, basically. So I decided to go along with a gas cooker instead of electric, you know, and I'm realizing that even with the electric one, sometimes you need to get the gas, the safety people to help with that, because some of them, I can't remember, you know, when I was looking at stove, I find out that I might need to get those checked as well. So I really wanted to go for a gas one, but I was like really humming and hawing because of safety reasons. But yeah, this one, it clicks out if, oh, so I'm putting the second load of water in. I know that looks quite a lot, but then the chicken is going to be, you know, you'll see in the end, guys. And at least you know that it's going to be well cooked and everything. And I'll check I'll taste it just to see what it's giving, but not just yet, because I just put a lot of liquid and it's from the raw water. So I'm going to give it a chance to cook off first before I taste it. Oh, what I was saying in regards to the stove, it does click off if it's been turned on and it's not been ignited. So when I read that, I thought, all right, at least if somebody turn it on, the gas will cut out if after a little period if the fire bit isn't been ignited. So that was a safety procedure that I was happy that it comes with. My rice, I'm just thinking whether it looks like it could take some more water, so I'm going to pour some water on that. Making sure that, oh, that just slipped me there, burned me a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. I think the next time you're going to be seeing me, guys, I'll probably be, you know, like with the rice, once it's boiled, I just added some more water, so I'm going to have to give it a chance to boil and cook out a bit more. But after it's boiling a while, I'll just turn it down and let it steam. That's how I do my rice. Because it's quite a bit of rice and it's not giving the volume as I would expect. Normally my rice give a lot of volume. I'm still thinking it needs a bit more water, so before I decide to ignore it, I'm going to put more water in. Just because there's quite a bit of rice in there, so I'm going to just let it cook out a bit more. And it's at the good point where you can add water in because it's still hard. So I think that should be enough. So I'm just going to let it cook out, and then when it gets to the point where I'm thinking, okay, I can turn it down and just let it steam. With the meat, like I said, it's just going to let it cook, and then I'm going to taste it and then reduce the stove as well so it just cooks softly after a while. And yeah, the next time you see me, guys, I'll be showing you how it, the final tete-a-tete, the final result, the final shebang, you know. So more or less, that's now, I'm not adding anything else to anything unless I taste the meat and it tastes like, okay, it could do with something, then I'll tell you when I'm eating it what I did add. If it doesn't need anything, that's going to be it. And 99.9% of the time, that's it. It doesn't need anything else, you know, because you don't want to be seasoning too late. So I'll taste it in good time, and if it needs anything to give it that oomph, I'll add it, but I'll let you know, okay? So guys, after the last bit of water, I'd say 30 to 40 minutes of cooking, this is what it's giving. And this is the end. And I literally didn't put anything else at all in this meal. No salt, nothing at all. I just let it cook right down. I tasted it, didn't need anything, so I didn't put anything in it. But that's what it's giving. I'm literally turning the stove off right now. That's it. And the rice came out perfect. I'd say I've done pretty well on this one. The only thing I did do is change the foil paper, the foil on the covering, because it needed changing after a little while of cooking. Needed changing. So look how pretty this curry is. Absolutely gorgeous, I'd say. And my rice is also giving what it's supposed to give. I'm going to show you like with the fork first. So that's what is the rice. Oh, you found it? I'll be there in a bit. That's what the rice is giving. So I'm going to literally dish some up and show it to you guys. Guys, I am not even going to pretend with you guys. I'm just going to show you what I would normally share for myself. And that's probably right about what it would look like. And I'm sharing, and I'm taking like the bony bits of the meat to put on there because that's my favorite bit. Yeah. And I'm going to be putting maybe a bit of chicken breast. That is not my favorite part of the meat, but I'm just doing it for the purpose of, you know, the video. Normally I probably would eat a little bit of the breast as well. And this is a little bit of the thigh, which is another favorite part of mine. Or a bit of the leg, because stuff like that, you get the gist. So I'm feeling extra greedy. I'm going to put a little bit more meat on. Okay, so that's what my plate of food looks like, guys. It's really like giving what it's supposed to give. So I'm going to taste it for you, but I'm going to bless it first before I taste it. Heavenly Father God, bless this food, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for providing it for us. Help it to nourish us in the right way. It's in your Son's name we pray. Amen. Oh yes, oh yes. Look at the steam, guys. I'm not going to be burning up my mouth. Whew. Literally, just switch the fire up. That better pack curry, guys. If you not on it, get on it. It's one of the best curries, in my opinion. You can find it on Amazon also, as well as your local Caribbean store, stuff like that. The only thing I'd say, it's got a bit of spice, which I knew it would. When I give Angela, he's going to say, Mom, it's a bit spicy, but you know, he'll just reach for his bottle of water. But yeah, right amount of salt, right amount of flavors, right amount of seasoning. It's banging. And with the white rice, can't beat it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to dish up the other kids. It's only me and Angelo, and Ramar's here as well, so I'm going to ask him if he's ready to eat, and put some for Angelo to cool and let him eat as well. So like I always say, guys, if you can't look after you, you can't look after anyone else. Finish my mouth. Go ahead, like, comment, share and subscribe, guys. Like, comment and share and subscribe. When you do this, it's let YouTube acknowledge that your video is watchable and stuff like that, and it, you know, help them to promote it to other watchers. So please press that thumbs up button. If you don't know where it is, it's that sign that says thumbs up on your screen, whatever device you're watching, that's what it is, thumbs up. Go ahead, you can share the video as well, leave a comment, you know, stuff like that. Let's try and keep this interactive. You know, this is one of the great favorites of Caribbean household. Bit of rice, white rice, bit of curry chicken goes on well. You know, if you're a family, big family as well, these are little things that we would knock up, and these are things, a staple food that we've grown up on over the years and stuff like that as well. So yeah, you know, you can put your little bit of salad, and if you're a salad person as well, you can put less rice, more salad, etc. You know, tay. But today is straight white rice and curry chicken for me. So yeah, guys, we shall see you in another video. Lots of love, best wishes and everything. Bye, guys.